You know what? The funniest thing that I've heard since Christmas is that all of these liberals think that they're winning. I'm going to break it down for you. This is going to be fun. How is everybody doing today? My name is Ty with Ride IQ. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope that every single one of you folks had a great Christmas with your family and your loved ones. With that being said, I dropped a video on Christmas Eve about Kari Lake and her lawsuit that was going on over there in Maricopa County. And as soon as I dropped that video, the judge went ahead and threw out that case. See, the thing is that I don't know why he threw out the case, but he did. One of the things that he had mentioned, though, was that Kari Lake needed to prove that it was done intentionally and it wasn't some mistake or accident or something like that. Now, I don't think it matters whether it was a mistake or accident or whether it was done on purpose. The fact of the matter is that hundreds of thousands of Arizonians were kept out of the process. They weren't able to vote. Some people actually said that it's our fault for waiting until the last minute. But isn't it that part of voting? It's been the way it's been for a couple hundred years, hasn't it? You vote on voting day, not, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month before. It's not voting month, it's voting day. So I don't think it matters whether it was done on accident or not. The thing is that a lot of the comments that I got in there were people talking about how, we're dumb for questioning the election. She deserved to lose because she was an election denier. It was just a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And so I wanted to spend some time on this video and just really just bat down these liberals. See, they wrote the book on election denial, and all of a sudden it's just not okay to deny an election. It's not okay to question your elections anymore. Now, I think that both sides should be able to question elections. If there are things going on in the election that need to be brought to the surface, and it may have skewed the election in one way or the other, that needs to be brought to the surface and that needs to be dealt with. Because if there's cheating, it has to be dealt with. If there were mistakes made and it costed somebody the election, that's important and that needs to be brought to the surface. And I don't care whether you're a Republican or a Democrat when it comes to that. If Republicans are cheating, they need to be brought up. That needs to be brought up to the surface. If the Democrats are cheating, that needs to be brought up to the surface too. But just because she scratched and clawed her way in there without doing any debating or anything like that, doesn't mean that she won. All that it means is that she's sitting in a seat that doesn't belong to her. But to hear all of these liberals come at me saying, "Hey, look, she's an election denier. She's an election denier. She deserves to lose." Have you guys forgotten about George Bush? Have you guys forgotten about, Donald Trump? You guys have been denying elections for a long time. You guys started thinking that denying elections was a bad thing only after Trump lost in 2020. But let me show you a little clip here of history.
The election is over, and Donald Trump is going to be inaugurated as our next president. That's not the question here. I think the question is whether outside actors influence the outcome of the election.
Every day there are new developments, new shoes dropping, so to speak, that call into question the legitimacy of his win. First, it was with respect to Russian interference, and now with respect to the FBI, we see that Jim Comey's actions are sufficiently questionable that the internal watchdog at DOJ thinks that they merit an independent review. So I think Donald Trump is just trying to cling to whatever legitimacy still is in effect here.
You claim that it's wrong to object to the certification of election results. You, along with your allies in the media, attempted to cancel and censor members of this chamber who voiced concerns and objected to certification. Manager Raskin, you'd been in Congress only 3 days when you objected in 2017. It's one of the first things you did when you got here.
I have an objection because 10 of the 29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified.
Is the objection in writing and signed not only by the member of the House of Representatives, but also by a senator?
It is in writing, Mr. President.
Is it signed by a senator?
Not as of yet, Mr. President.
In that case, the objection cannot be entertained.
Mr. President, I object to the certificate from the state of Georgia on the grounds that the electoral votes were not...
Debate. There's no debate.
I object to the certificate from the state of North Carolina based on violations of the Voting Rights Act.
There's no debate in the joint session.
I object because people are horrified by the overwhelming evidence...
Section 18, Title 3 of the United States Code prohibits debate.
I object.
have objected to the counting of the electoral votes of the state of Ohio.
I object to the certificate from the state of Alabama. The electors were not lawfully certified.
I object to the 15 votes from the state of North Carolina because of the massive voter suppression and the closing of polling booths.
There's no debate. There's no debate.
16
There's
to
no
1,
debate.
and the massive
The
voter
gentleman-
suppression that occurred to
The
African-Americans.
gentleman will suspend.
I have an objection to the electoral votes.
The objection is in writing, and I don't care that it is not signed by a member of the Senate. I do not wish to debate. I wish to ask, is there one United States senator who will join me in this letter
There's
of
no
objection?
debate.
The objection is signed by a member of the House, but not yet by a member of the Senate.
It is over.
Oh my God. Was that election denial? Was that election denial? What the heck is going on here? I thought election denial was a bad thing, and we weren't supposed to deny elections. I guess it's only bad when we do it, huh? But it's okay when you do it. Right? Right? But we're bad people for denying elections. We're bad people for calling out stolen elections. Right? See, here's the deal. You guys think you're winning. And you got to be, what world are you living in where you guys can look around you, where the world is falling in around you, and you still think you're winning? Let me go ahead and go into some of this.
Downturn in big tech. Amazon is reportedly ready to lay off 10,000 workers just ahead of the holiday shopping season, and the cuts would be the largest in Amazon's history and the latest in a string of struggling tech giants reducing their workforce.
Facebook's parent company Meta announced that it's cutting more than 11,000 jobs, about 13% of total staff. CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced the layoffs to his employees today, saying, quote, "I want to take accountability for these decisions and for how we got here."
The Washington Post announced yesterday that it will lay off about 9% of its staff. The staff reduction is expected to come in the first quarter of 2023 following the elimination of the Post Sunday magazine Christmas Day. Members of the Washington Post Guild, which represents employees, expressed anger at publisher Fred Ryan over how he handled the news.
The Guild was furious because Ryan refused to take questions at a meeting and walked out of the room. In a statement, the publisher said the Post is evolving in a, quote, tumultuous media landscape to meet the needs of its readers. Plans for layoffs at the Post are expected to be finalized within the coming week.
CNN starting a new round of layoffs just months after shuttering its CNN Plus streaming service.
Man, I tell you what, if you call that winning, I would hate to see you lose. You're going to lose your damn minds. I am not happy that people are losing their jobs. That's not why I am here talking to you today. I think it's unfortunate that they're losing their jobs, but you know what? That's where they chose to hang their hat, and you reap what you sow. And if those people are losing, if those businesses are having to lay people off, it's because people aren't buying what they're selling. If you haven't figured that out by now, you're not as smart as you think you are. But for these pillars of strength that you guys have relied on for generations are crumbling to the ground. Where are you going to get your news from now? You can always come here. I'll give you the news. But that wasn't it. That's not all the winning that we have. Your CNN going down isn't the beginning of it. It's not the end of it. As a matter of fact, I wrote down a few bullet points here, just off the top of my head. I'm sure there's more. Leave your comments below if you can think of any more winning that you've done. But let me go ahead and go over this. Roe versus Wade. You lost Roe versus Wade. So more and more babies are being saved every day thanks to that ruling. Okay? I think you would consider that a huge loss, wouldn't you? Yes. House Republicans, we're taking over the House. We control the purse strings. We have subpoena power. And we won by the same margin as what Nancy Pelosi and you guys won in 2020. So if you think we can't do some damage, look at the last 2 years. See how much damage you guys have created in the last 2 years. You think we can't do enough? You think we can't do better? We can. Twitter, you lost Twitter. Your biggest megaphone ever. You lost it. And I battle with you guys every day on Twitter, and I enjoy myself. But I already went over CNN's failing. Disney lost billions in revenue. 44% of Democrats don't want Joe Biden to run again. Is that winning? Nancy Pelosi's leaving as Speaker of the House. I think that's amazing. It's about time. She should retire and maybe go, I don't know, sip a Mai Tai on the beach somewhere. Just get out of the damn way. The Twitter files have exposed government suppressing our free speech. Is that a win for you? No, you're exposed. FBI and CIA running psyops on the American people. That's been exposed. FBI working for social media platforms to censor free speech. That's been exposed. FTX. They were giving you guys billions of dollars to win elections. Where is that money going to come from now? I know that you probably have more foundations out there that are dealing that are going to funnel some money over to you, but this is a big one, and you lost it. But they stole billions of dollars from the American people just so that you could get your people elected. I hope you're happy. I hope you sleep well at night. So I just wanted to bring a little bit of reality into this situation because I am so tired of you guys gloating, thinking that you won, thinking that you are riding your white horse into the sunset. You're not. You're losing. And if you were smart, you'd see it. But okay, sit there. Sit there on your couch. Sit there in your basement on your keyboard talking about how well you're doing, because as you're doing that, we are chiseling away at your power. We are chiseling away at your ability to steal elections. We are chiseling away at your ability to succeed. You're exposed. And I am happy to be one of those people that are here to expose you. I am happy to be here to shed some light on the fact that you are losing. What are you going to do now? I can't wait to hear from you in the comments. I think it's great. It makes me happy, and I am going to have a great new year knowing that you guys are losing. With that being said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I will talk to you on the next video. Thank you for watching this video. Ride IQ is a new channel, so please like, subscribe, and share this video with all of your friends, because we have to support each other if we're going to win this battle. And if you agree or disagree, please leave your comments below so that we can have that discussion together. And I'll see you on the next video.